Have you ever wondered what an earthing system's for? Let me show you. Your earthing system is essentially made up of 4 different parts. So you've got your pole earth, which comes from the transformer down the pole and into the ground. And then you've got your main switchboard main earth, which is the one that you have for your main switchboard. And then you have your MEN link, which is the link that goes in between your main neutral and your main earth. And then you have your circuit earths, which go along with each one of your circuits. So the important thing to note is that the earth is all connected via the groundwater. So if you actually test the continuity in between each one of these, you will get a reading if you put voltage through it. So that's one thing that most people don't know, is that they call it the general mass of Earth, and it is conductive of electricity. So if you didn't have this earth here and you had your fancy Smeg kettle plugged in, and the say the active of the Smeg kettle came off and touched the metal frame of the earth, what you would end up with is essentially a kettle that is live to the touch, which can happen. There's active cables and neutral cables inside there that have got little screws on them. If the screws come loose or whatever and the active cable touches the frame, all of a sudden the frame's live. So then poor old Jim comes along and touches the kettle. So if he touches the kettle, that now becomes a live conductor. Jim becomes the load, and then the return path goes through Jim, out his toes, down through the earth, and up to the transformer. So that's your completed circuit. We have an earthing cable. What happens is the active cable, when it comes into the Smeg kettle, it'll touch the frame, and the frame will be what we call earthed. So it'll be connected to this green cable. And essentially, as soon as that active cable touches the frame, it'll send power back down through the earth cable and into your main switchboard. And then if you've got safety switches, which is why safety switches are so important, that will trip the power, that will stop the power from running. And then it happens in about 0.4 of a second. So even if Jim was touching the kettle at the time that the active cable touched the frame, he might have still got a whack from it, but it probably won't hurt him. Or it'll hurt, but it'll just be like a minor thing. It's not going to be like an electrocution.